Hello. Today we're going to be doing a psychic sound healing for abundance. Yesterday when I planned this, I asked my healing master what we needed to work on, and I was going to be like, oh, pleasure, root chakra, sacral chakra. Nope. I was told that we need to be working on me, which is such an interesting one because it is our natural birthright to have abundance, perfect self-expression, wellness, basically joy. That is my knowing. And so why do we at some points in our lives experience lack, separation, loneliness, pain? It's because of our thoughts, right? So we have become severely over-identified with the mind, and we let it run nonstop. And if our mind is running nonstop, that is a dis-ease, that is disharmony, because that becomes ego. And even if ego is not like a bad thing, it's just the mind has kind of taken over and doesn't allow for presence. So we know that manifestation is about allowing more so than it is about acting. So we make the wish, the desire, the request, and then we need to have enough space to allow it. But there is not enough space within us to receive. Oh, hi, good to see you. There's not enough space in us to receive if our mind is constantly going and moving, because we're about 5% conscious and about 95% subconscious. So the subconscious is constantly feeding the conscious thoughts based on old programming. So in order to not continue to act out and attract things that we don't consciously want, we need to create space. So how do we create space? Well, we really work on relaxing our nervous system. We start to engage with pleasure. You can do breath work. You can do frequency medicine, meditation, anything to create that separation where you're not thinking so much, right? Because pleasure gets you into a state of embodiment, because sound activates the vagus nerve, which relaxes the body enough into the parasympathetic mode. I forgot what else I said. Meditation allows you to notice when you're thinking and to kind of let it flow away. There are many ways, and obviously I have my favorites because this is what I do for a living. And also I just really recently went through a strong ego death, which was not planned. And it was dramatic. So back on track, back to doing things. Let's get started. So take a breath, a few deep cleansing breaths with me. Okay, so I'm going to begin connecting to our collective energy field. So my question to you is, do I have permission to do so? You can say so in your heart or in the comments. So your job, your focus is to be inside your body. You can listen, but try not to engage with thoughts. Be very, very present with sensation. As I connect. So the first thing that I'm noticing, we're going to do a little bit of psychic adjustment at first. When I create a grounding cord for everyone to ground out anything in the way of abundance, money, finances, it like is so clogged. It's so clogged that energy is not leaving it. And what that is suggesting is that we have far too many old programs in the subconscious that are forming conscious energy patterns, forming conscious decisions, attracting things to us, repelling things from us. So I want you to tap on your heart a little bit and just say, I'm willing to let go of lack programming. You can even hear the tuning fork is really quiet. So if we experience lack, it's because we have created separation between us and Mother Earth, between us and spirit, between us and every piece of aliveness that surrounds us. So in order to get into abundance in a sustainable way, in a spiritual way, is to remember that we are never separated and we are part of all and all is part of us. So that is the medicine that my healing master is giving right now to kind of dissolve the clogging. Mercury retrograde's fault. I mean, the planets can only support us, right? We create all these stories around how they're creating difficulties, but in reality, they just provide us opportunities. And sometimes that's easy to say, and sometimes I'm like, yeah, Chiron retrograde sucks. Okay, so there's a little bit of clog in your heart as we're removing this patterning. What is this? So some of us have a patterning where if we give up lack, then we give up the opportunity for connection. This is a common programming that we create as a child where we attach whether or not people care for us to how they financially support us. And so let's just see if we can move that today. It's being held really tightly, really closely. It's also an over-identification with this vision of you as being without. It's like an attachment to lack, an attachment to poor, right? It's not necessarily poor. And, abundance comes in more than just money. So you could be attached to lack of love, to lack of care. Okay, it's moving. Keep breathing, keep staying in your body. Okay, we've got an all new grounding cord. It's like a dark teal. It's hooked up to your root and we're dropping it to the earth. And we're continuing to ground out lack patterning, separation patterning, fear patterning around abundance. Okay, now we're pulling up an earth energy that supports abundance. And it's green, it's heart chakra related, but it's only moving up the left foot. And if there's a block in the right foot, let's go see what that is. So it's a cinder block, and cinder blocks in my psychic space mean inhibiting factors, oftentimes inherited. Let's go see what this one is on your right foot that blocks abundance. So it's kind of like the capitalistic inheritance. You have to work hard in order to receive. So it keeps us on this hamster wheel of working hard, just like our hand reaching out in front of us, kind of like reaching, never really fully owning and having. But all of you who watch my stuff and other, creators like me, like you've been spiritually initiated. So 3-dimensional patterning and efforting doesn't really work for you. You can look into other people's lives and be like, it works for them. Yeah, they're not in the same escalation level. So, oof, that didn't feel good. Okay. So as we clear up that block, I'm feeling something rise in the throat. And when I talked about that, like, oh yeah, it works for other people, not for you, that highlighted a victim mentality. So we're just going to reach in. Hello. It's like orange infection. We're just pulling that out of your throat. It's pretty tight. So just breathe, relax, drop into your low belly. There it goes. Thank you. Okay. So that cinder block. That cinder block has been inherited for the last 3 generations on average. We remove that, and then your foot feels like broken on the right. Like it doesn't know how to step into this reality where you don't have to work hard, where things come to you. The less you think, the more you feel, the more present you are. So we're going to remove pictures and patterns with your Akashic record keeper that were in alignment with that inhibiting factor. A lot coming out the front of your spine, out your chest, off your shoulders. I mean, these are gray. They're like crusty. They've been stuck for a long time. Your ancestors support this. They say thank you. Yeah. Okay, we're actually going to push the ancestors away. They love to crowd the space. So thank you. Maintain the border and the boundary, please. Okay. Pulling it out your back heart, out your scapulas, back of the neck. Because spirit is often telling you where abundance is, where love is, where money is. But if you're stressed and strained and you have tight fascia and you have old programming that says lack is everywhere and like, look at our economy, blah, 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 then you won't be able to hear what spirit says. So there we go. Your Akashic record keeper is doing God's work, just pulling out all the pictures that do not align with where you're heading. I do feel like we're moving through grief. So I want to pause and just let you be aware that when you feel emotion, right, it's your body reacting to mind. And we want to honor grief. We want to honor all of our emotions without over-identifying with them, without sinking into them. So allow yourself to feel that your identity is changing and that maybe consciously you're like, yes, I'm ready for more abundance. Yes, I'm ready for the next escalation. But it is hard to give up parts of who you were in order to be who you actually are. So just really validate that inner child. I can feel some pain, that inner protector. So just love on them while you change. Okay, great. So I'm watching your right foot. It still doesn't look good. So John Michael, what would you like to do? We're just going to give you new pictures and patterns from your Akashic records, blessed by spirit, to let you know, to give you the actual information of how abundance works, how to receive, how to create stillness within yourself so that everything you want can reach you. It is not by struggle and strife. We can give up those patterns. But it does take the inner journey. It does take the retrogrades. It does take the Inanna journey. But you're so supported in this. Wow. Okay, we're leaving you in a cast on your right foot. So the right foot will continue to mend its own energy over the next 5 days, after which point You will be receiving light blue energy for clarity. Clarity on how to receive your abundance. Clarity on how money actually flows. On how nothing is outside of yourself. A lot of space. Okay. Great. We're clearing out those old pictures. Now we're going to welcome in cosmic energy down your back channels. It is orangish gold. It's very youthful. It's very strong. So to me, this is like Eros energy. It's creative. It's silly. It's forthright. It's fast. It's juicy. The back channels on your neck are tight, so we're going to open those up. It's like the back channels are underdeveloped in relationship to abundance. Okay. So again, John Michael's going to go in there and just widen those back channels for you, so the flood of your abundance can reach you into your pelvic floor, down your grounding cord. There's a lot of crap in your pelvic floor. Old agreements. So you're currently living out contracts that confirm certain things for you. These are low vibrational contracts that your root is showing us. Low vibrational contracts where people don't treat you well. Low vibrational contracts where you play victim. Low vibrational contracts where money is hard to come by. And the responsibility is ours. So let's clean those out. Maybe you can even just laugh a little bit, like, silly me, oh my gosh. Don't get overly attached, right? So we're just gonna flush those out of your pelvic floor. Okay. There we go. Okay, now we're literally 17 minutes in and we're just only blending your own energy. Okay, so as we blend your energy, it goes from gold to orange to green to teal. Is this the color? Dark teal to magenta. Is this the color? Wow, it keeps changing on me. All right. I want you to relax your thinking. I want you to hop back into your body and be really present. Notice when your mind tries to take you out of the present. John Michael, blend it for them. Light blue with a little bit of orange. Great, we'll keep that. So this light blue is it's like ice cold water. It is like a shock to the system, but it's also really like you're coming up for a fresh breath. And the orange is quick movement. There's only a little bit of orange inside this ice blue. So we blend this through your root, through the sacral. A lot of you need to explore your pleasure compass. There is kind of like a ladder gate in between the connection of your root to your sacral. And because I'm working on a collection of people right now, I can only read the collective program. And it's basically not having your needs met, mostly your emotional needs met. This is from childhood, but you're carrying that into your life as an adult now. So here we take ownership of it and we're like, yeah, I don't really want that. That's a subconscious program. So as I say in all my videos, please engage with pleasure. Pleasure will heal you 40 times faster. Oof, yep, there's a pop. Good job. Okay, John Michael, into the solar plexus. Beautiful. We had a leak from your heart into your solar plex chakra, which was making you see sadness in the world more so. So we're just patching that up, creating more voltage in between the two. Solar plexus is a little bit small right now. John Michael's saying that's for reason. So we're going to leave it like that. We are running fresh energy for you, but it's not necessarily it's a crown chakra and a root chakra time is what it feels like for us collectively. Okay, into the heart. So big, too big. It's pretty common with spiritual people, like bleeding heart syndrome. So we're just going to create more of a border and a boundary. We're going to focus your energy because continuing to spill out and leak out your energy creates the victimhood patterning that your inner child really loves to feed on without healing itself. Back chakra, a little bit closed down. There's like a gate. It reminds me of one of those gates like in a sewer. Maybe I've seen it in a movie, but it's like water can flow through it, but like it's really not letting people get all the way in. Breath. Breath again. Okay, so the programming here is that we need to, how this relates to abundance is that collectively we don't believe that if we slow down, we stop thinking, we start feeling, we start being more present, we start pleasing ourselves more and choosing ourselves more, that spirit won't give us all the things that we want. So it's a lack of trust, it's a lack of faith in the back of the heart. Because you have so many stories of when you've asked for something and then not received it. We're going to clear that BS out of the way. John Michael is saying the reason why when you ask for something and you need it by a certain date, or like you keep asking and you don't receive it, is because you're not present enough to receive it. Presence is kind of like the absence of thought. Sit with that, chew on that. Okay, up into the throat. We'll talk about that later. Up into the third eye. Definitely some infection in the front of the third eye. And I'm being shown that this is an over-engagement with media. It gives us an inundation of pictures and pictures and pictures. And what it does is it creates layers and layers in front of our third eye, which influences how we receive and perceive energy. We're talking default mode network. We're talking reticular activating system. So let's clean that out of the way. Great. Big flow out of your crown and down your arms. Left arm from elbow down clogged. Elbow is the relation pattern with mother and how she affected your ability to receive, to have abundance. So it's just calling on us to notice that, clean it out. It's almost like we're cleaning a joint. Okay, out the hand. That'll take some time to prepare. Okay. Now let's look at your your abundance. John Michael, what do you want to say? Let me bring it. What do you want to show me about the collective energy around abundance? So I see a rose, but it's 3D. Like when I look behind it, it looks like a piece of paper. It's flat, it's 3-dimensional. So this is a call out. You are still trying to earn money, have abundance, manifest from a 3-dimensional level. And I know consciously you're like, no, I'm not, but 95% of you is subconscious, right? So we have to repattern and reprogram so that our subconscious actually feeds our consciousness what we want it to feed it. Unless you're super conscious and you're just like present all the time, you know? Okay, so John Michael, what would you do? Okay, so he's like, I'm gonna torch that. John Michael's been feeling really scorched earth lately, so we're gonna let him do that. He's lighting it up with purple flame. It's dissolved. Will they feel? No, they will not feel the impact of this. Good. So what's underneath? So now you're starting to grow clovers. Clovers are small lucks. So as this energy changes for you, you're going to have to notice, is there a penny on the floor? Is there an abundance of leaves in the tree? Like you're going to have to pretend that you're growing clovers financially, abundantly. So you're going to have to see abundance everywhere. And if you've ever done any of these and you're like, why didn't I get a bunch of money afterwards? Right? It's because you didn't engage with the energy afterwards consistently, right? So really start tapping on your chest. Like, I can do this. I can do this. Take back presence. I almost said control. I don't like that word, but like sometimes it slips out. Take back presence. Really be dedicated to allowing the flow that is naturally yours to reach you. Okay, so we are growing clovers. Thanks a lot, John Michael. Asshole. Okay. And now we have a daisy growing, but it starts to lean over. So it feels like some of the way that you have earned money will start to fall to the wayside. It's almost like a Shasta daisy, or maybe a blend between that and an echinacea, and it's orange and it's just drooping. So why is that, John Michael? So he's getting on our asses. He's been a lot. He's like, you get the medicine, but then you don't continue with it. Yeah, we just talked about that. So what do you want us to do? Okay, so we're going to put a pause to this while this grows. He wants me to remove blocks to escalating abundance. So let's go in to the quantum body. Please show me what the most important block to receiving, maintaining, and sharing abundance is. Yeah, I can feel it. It's right here. It's almost high heart. Oh, man. Okay, so what is this block? It's like a really thin cinder block. It's interesting you said guilt. Okay, let me really ground myself. I just popped out. Worthiness. Okay, again, the thing of the hamster wheel. So we unintentionally block ourselves from abundance, from receiving, because we have conditioned programs around, I have to be worthy in order to receive. So let me show everyone how worthy I am by working really hard, being really giving, being really nice. It's like overdoing to prove that you're worthy, when in essence, right? Like it's like magnets that are both north and north, like they just end up pushing each other away. So this is all about self-love. Like every issue that you have really boils down to there's an injury around self-love. So let's see what we can do about this. So the idea that you have to prove yourself in order to receive is what keeps you on the hamster wheel of receiving and then losing, receiving and then losing. Presence versus performance. Hi, good to see you. You're the one that motivated me to put this on TikTok today. God, it's really heavy. I don't know if you guys can feel that, like right there. I'm also noticing a lot of fascial adhesions right there over the chest. It's super attached to sorrow, like you keeping yourself in this loop, which it's just like an infection you caught. It's not your fault, right? But now it's your responsibility. But there's a lot of sorrow pockets around it. So let's see here. John Michael, what would you have us do? Okay, he's like sliding it out like a really thin brick. And he's like, see, it's easy to remove. Like he's like, we're like his little students or something. A little pandering, but I let him do whatever. Okay, yeah. So, and then there's a bunch of other limiting program that falls down the tailbone at the end of the spine. So this is an inhibiting factor that created babies, right? So thought patterns, they can get really strong when you nurture them, and then they give rise to secondary thought patterns. So that's just what happened. Now, when I have done this with clients, when I have removed like a core belief or a near core belief, it can really shake you. So if over the next few days you're like feeling a little emotionally wobbly or a little wobbly in who you are, you're like kind of confused, or just attribute that to this. Okay, but we're going to do our best to make sure you don't feel any of those energetic repercussions. But again, it's up to you. Are you moving your body? Are you cycling lymph? Are you meditating? Are you laughing? Are you pleasing yourself? Okay, to continue to move the energy. What are you replacing it with? So he just plants like a flower box with all sorts of wildflowers. And this is the energetic imprint of like, my worth comes from within. My worth is not attached to anything outside of me. It's ceasing the chase. It's been coming up a lot recently that people have fear around being seen as less than perfect. And this was a big thing I worked on this summer, starting in April. And what that is ego. Ego will always criticize us based on old story patterns, right? So it's important to realize that those criticisms, those lacks, those loneliness, that's not real you. That's why we work on not identifying with the mind, but like sinking into the body. And so as these flowers grow in your chest, it creates like a spiral trunk that wraps around down your spine and plants you firmly into the earth. And so again, this is Mama Gaia reminding us that she is the manifester with us, right? She will take old programming from us without asking. She will recycle what we know, what's holding us back without asking. Like, we live in concert with her. And all she asks is our presence. Like, can you go stare at a tree in your backyard for 10 minutes in pure adoration without your mind spinning? That's how magic was possible. Hopefully that eye movement iterated to you what I was trying to say, because words escaped me. Okay. John Michael. Okay, so now let's go see. Now you have a beautiful green rose. your job from here. Oh, I'm still feeling something in the heart. So let me just finish this thought. You have a beautiful green, like juicy rose. It's 5-dimensional. It's got thorns. It protects itself. It allows you to climb and move, and it's got lots of leaves, lots of opportunities. However, this rose for the next 5 days needs your visual, mental, relational. You need to go look at it every day and make sure that you water it, because this rose will expire in 5 days. So it's like a gift from spirit. Like, play with this energy, nurture it, see how it goes. Feel abundance, run abundance energy, practice your presence. Most of lack patterning right now is black, so it's from external sources. So maybe stay off of media for the next few days to continue this, or limit it, do less of it, because energy is so sticky, and a lot of it passes through without us even attaching to it, but it really does influence how we see the world. Remember, we saw all that stuff on the third eye. So just nurture yourself, nurture your abundance. Sometimes allowing takes practice, you guys. It takes your full dedication, open heart, willingness to try something new. If you've been practicing lack for a long time, you've got to practice abundance. Something that I did to call in money recently was, because I know pleasure rewires 40 times faster, I would act out scenes in the mirror of like being really wealthy, like overly exaggerating, because doing things that have fun, enjoyment, or that feel good, like I said, is the quickest way to repattern ourselves. Okay, we're gonna close it up now. So let's do that. I am going to be using the C and G Fibonacci, the perfect fifth. Thanks, Jeremy. Thank you, Steph. Okay. Thank you for being here today. And I hope something beautiful happens to you today. I hope you feel happy today. I hope you're filled with love and have so much love that it just spills out into the rest of the world. And if you wish to connect more, or you're ready to recondition your whole life to pleasure, juiciness, and your psychic intuitive skills, schedule a discovery call. We could talk about it. So much love to everyone, and I will see you later. Let me end this one. Thank you, everyone. Oh, gotta get my mouse to work first. It's embarrassing. Bye.